Good evening. Welcome to the special town meeting of June 5th, 2024. I'm Mark Salerno, town moderator. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to start to ask the town clerk, Karen Gabo, to read the call to the meeting, please.
Notice is hereby given of a special town meeting of the Town of East Lyme to be held on Wednesday, June 5th, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the East Lyme Town Hall Upper Meeting Room for the following purposes. 1. To approve a special appropriation in the amount of $157,000 to the fiscal year 23-24 Highway Road Reconstruction Account 01303172000224 to offset utility pavement restoration costs. 2. To authorize the First Selectman in the name and on behalf of the town to execute and deliver a grant agreement with the Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut for $15,000 and to do all things necessary to effectuate said grant agreement. 3. To approve a special transfer in the amount of $20,000 to account 01252182000220 vehicle maintenance from contingency account 01011202000500 as identified below. Equipment. Flanders Engine 1 B21, estimated cost for repairs $5,000. Description: damage responding to a call, hit a rock wall. Niantic Engine 2 B12, $5,000, backed into building. Flanders Tower 25 B25, $2,000, power steering pump O-ring. Niantic Old Engine 1 B11, $4,000, replace rotted ground wire. Niantic Engine 3 B13, $1,000, door latch replacement. Flanders Rescue B27, $5,000, replace rotted out exhaust. Estimated total is $22,000. 4. To transact any other business proper to come before the meeting. This was dated at East Lyme, Connecticut, the 20th day of May, 2024. It was recorded in the town clerk's office, posted on the signpost and the town website, and advertised in the day paper.
Thank you, Madam Town Clerk. I'd just like to go over the ground rules real quick. Under Connecticut General Statute 7.6, to vote in this meeting, you must be an elector of the town or must be a U.S. citizen 18 years or older who owns property on the grand list as of October 1st, 2023, in the amount of $1,000 or more. Under Connecticut General Statutes 9-360, any person who votes at this meeting who is ineligible to vote or is an ineligible voter who votes more than once could be subject to a fine no less than $300 and no more than $500, in prison not less than 1 year and no more than 2 years, and be disenfranchised. Anyone who attempts to vote assuming the name of a legally qualified person shall be guilty of a Class D felony and shall be disenfranchised. Please do not conduct dialogue amongst yourselves and address all questions through the moderator. If you wish to speak, please come to the podium and give your name and address for the record. If you are ineligible to vote, please make that fact known before you address the meeting. You may approve, disapprove an expenditure, reduce the expenditure, but cannot increase the expenditure. And in the event we need tellers and checkers, I'll appoint the registers and assistant registrar if they are needed. So we'll start with item number 1 on the agenda, to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $157,000 to the fiscal year 23-24 Highway Road Reconstruction Account 01-30-314-317-200-224 to offset the utility pavement restoration costs. Do I hear a resolution? We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a second. Would anyone like to be heard?
Good evening. Dan Cunningham, First Selectman. Just to acquaint everyone here in case they haven't been to one of the other hearings, this is a situation where Eversource was doing a 9,000-foot trench for the gas main along Roxbury Road and Society Road. And part of their obligation was to repave the road where the trench was going to be. And since we were going to be doing some road repairs in the not too distant future, it made more sense to relieve them of that obligation in return for, look, you give us a check for $157,000, and then when we do the work, we will use that money to help offset our costs for repaving the road. So it was a good deal for East Lyme, and I think a good deal for Eversource. And so tonight the motion is to transfer that $157,000 to the highway road reconstruction account. So that's what that is about. Any questions on that? The other item is Brookside Farm. They've got a grant, and it's for a homegrown national park, is what they're calling it. And what I think it involves is with plants that are indigenous to the area up there, and try to provide an environment that highlights local indigenous plants. So make it a kind of a park environment, and this will allow me to sign the paperwork to execute that grant. And then finally, the last item was the repairs to some of our firefighting apparatus, and we already went through the list. There was the amount is for $20,000, and if you add up all the repairs, it's $22,000. There was about $4,000 already in the account, so that'll leave us a little bit of a buffer after we make the necessary repairs to our firefighting apparatus. A lot of this apparatus is aging out, and they need repairs, and those repairs are expensive. That's all my commentary, unless someone has any questions.
Thank you, Mr. First Selectman. Would anyone else like to be heard? Anyone else like to be heard on item number 1? Okay, I'm going to move the question to approve a special appropriation in the amount of $157,000 to the fiscal year 23-24 highway road reconstruction account to offset utility pavement restorations costs. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. We'll go to item number 2 to authorize the First Selectman in a name and on behalf of the town to execute and deliver a grant agreement to the Community Foundation of Eastern Connecticut for $15,000 and to do all things necessary to effectuate said grant agreement. Would anyone like to be heard? Anyone like to be heard? Okay, seeing none, I'll move the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? I'm sorry. Is there a... Yes. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second. Now would anyone like to be heard? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. We'll go to item number 3 to approve a special transfer in the amount of $20,000 to account 01-24-218-200-220 vehicle maintenance from contingency account 01-01-120-200-500 as identified in the table below. I'm not going to reread the table below. Is there a resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay, we have a second. Would anyone like to be heard? Anyone like to be heard? Okay, seeing none, I'll move the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. Okay, that being the last item on the agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion, second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.